What's up, everyone? Today, we are going to be doing something very special. We are going to be playing some drawback chess. What is drawback chess, you might ask? Here I have an example up on my screen. This is just against an AI, where you have a specific drawback like you can't do. And some are really wacky, like you can't capture left. I've been playing around with this. So you lose if you ever start your turn while there's an open file. So that's just like pretty random stuff, and it officiates that and makes sure, so you got to keep track of it. Your opponent doesn't know. Let's just go back to regular drawback chess. Your opponent doesn't know time preference. Let's go 3+2. What yours is, and you don't know what theirs is, but maybe you can start to figure it out. And so it's really weird. And the other thing that's really cool about it is it allows you to make an even game across elos, right? Like you can just have a harder one at your elo than someone else does. What's up, Balrog? At their elo. So you know how, like, in Go, you know how, like, in Go, you can make an even score. Okay, here. Okay, I like this, except this is cut off a little bit on YouTube. Absolution. When one of your non-bishop pieces captures, it must seek absolution by starting its turn adjacent to one of your bishops before it can capture again. Okay. Like religious stuff and bishops. When one of your non-bishops before it can capture again. Okay. That's pretty interesting. I'm trying to think about how this affects me. I can't capture the same piece twice in a row. I think we can play a Bushgas Gambit anyway. Let's go. We got it accepted. This is so funny. And what's going to happen here is I just created this account. So I started at 1200, but I'm going to be getting harder and harder drawbacks. Like, check just might be checkmate. And the other thing about drawback chess is you have to capture the king. It's not just checkmate. You got to capture the king. All right, well, he's thinking about our Bushgas Gambit as we got the Gambit glasses on. Okay. Okay, you actually do have to be careful here, just regular chess, because this is check and will win the bishop, and you'll just be down 2 pieces. So you go queen f6 first. We got to keep track of our captures here. But queen f6 threatening mate, and then we scoop up the knight cleanly. But otherwise, it is actually a good idea if you can get that check in. But this is an important move to know in Bushgas theory. It's up to Panis. I'm trying to keep that displayed here. Oh, I should just shrink it, right? There you go. That's my drawback. Alright, they played d4. So we'll play bishop takes d4. Okay, but the bishop can always capture non-bishop pieces. Pieces, any, including pawns. This was a really well done site. And the other thing is there's so many drawbacks on there, so it's not like you can just like learn them and kind of figure it out. Like, you can't move laterally. That's a tricky one because you can't castle ever. So do I want to grab b2 or grab b3? I think this is just a chess question. I think if I grab b2, I would lose the rook, right? So let's grab b3. We still have the mate threat on tap, as the bishop does through here. And now we'll scoop up the knight. So the bishop was able to capture twice in a row, because the bishop always has absolution. The queen is in red because, for example, this move is illegal. She just captured. She needs to be next to a bishop. Adjacent. My opponent doesn't know that, though. For example, bishop c4, if you knew my drawback, would be a great move. It just attacks my queen. I can't take it. I gotta move. We can cut castling with some funny knight move. It's probably not worth it. Let's just go See, it's a dangerous move because actually now bishop c4 would be a phenomenal move. It would win my queen. It would win my queen. Now, there's no way you would know that. So you gotta kind of think about what they did that doesn't really make any sense. So it's okay, now they're supporting bishop c4. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. You could sort of try to figure out the drawback based off what they, like, oh, it was really obvious they wanted to, like, capture here, but, like, they couldn't. But it's tough to figure it out. Yeah, this is the next big variant, guys. This is awesome. Drawbackchess.com. Totally free. Everything. Shout out to whoever made this. I literally don't know. Right now, I think we're just chessing. Well, my queen actually cannot... Oh, she did get absolution. Adjacent includes diagonally. Like anything, like any king move. Any of those squares. That's why she's not in red anymore. She attained absolution. Bishop e2 played. Let's just go... Whoa, actually, no. I mean, I was just going to step out the pin. Attacking this. Alright, no more gambit glasses. I'm excited as we fly up the elo ranks a little bit. Okay, so my knight made a capture. It's in red. I'm excited as we fly up the elo ranks a little bit, and my drawbacks get, like, really tricky, and will really start affecting. Like, this is a really tame drawback. This is a really tame one. It really actually, like, for a drawback to not have even affected a move I've played yet is rare. So it's because I just made this account. So they took there, but they're going to get toasted. They're going to get toasted with knight f2 check incoming. Can you check checkmate with a piece that requires absolution? Yes. Yes, it's only captures. Good question. So, like, for example, like, these pieces are all in red. Why is my rook in red? Oh, my opponent ran out of time. My opponent's was Octomom. Lose if your opponent captures 8 of your pieces. That's tough. Well, I guess, is 8 pieces a lot? I mean, that can be tough. I think I have captured 8 of their pieces. 3... No, I haven't. Okay, so ours were about equal, and as you see, not that hard. Okay, let's go. Let's get a better, tougher one. Alright. Chivalry. You can only capture their heavies with a knight. Ooh, I like that. Okay. This is drawbackchess.com. Alright, we're black again. The Bushcast Gambit is good for any time control or only in Blitz and Rapid? Any time control? I mean, I think up to a very high level. Up to a very high level. I think it's very, very difficult to refute over the board unless you're a very strong player and have a lot of time on your clock. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to come up with what to do. So my opponent plays e5. This is just general Bushcast theory here. It's not good. They tried to play a Scotch, but they kind of thought that it was this position. But instead, we're going to castle real quick. And yeah, they were just losing this pawn. Bishop e3 is probably a good move. Honestly, you can make the problem worse with like f4. You're just going to lose that pawn. Gets pinned, and queen e7 doesn't even block my bishop, right? So there's really no drawback to it. So funny. Yeah, we are on drawbackchess.com. This is my new favorite variant, period. Because I also like that, like, you can just challenge someone and set the elos, and you can get an even game. Just someone might have just a really brutal drawback. And that's what Go does. I was starting to say that at the beginning of this video. Go, the only game, only like perfect information game that has more possibilities than chess, you can just kind of start with like a 7-piece handicap. My understanding, if someone's just like much better than you, and that'll even it out, like in golf. Should I go knight d5? Knight 3. I should start thinking about the fact that like queen takes b2, queen takes a1 is off the table. I'm not allowed to take that rook with my queen. Alright, let's just play the simple knight c6. I can only take with my knights the queens and rooks. That's annoying, but there are worse things. There are definitely worse drawbacks out there. I've seen them. For example, that move, I might have just gone queen b2. I don't know. No, I don't think I could have. Alright, we're up a clean pawn. D takes c6 to open the bishop. Long term, it's not great for these. It'll be funny if they go queen e3 and I literally can't do the queen trade. I can't take a queen with my queen. I'm surprised they didn't castle there. I guess they want to go long, but I can put a rook right on d8 now. Keep the knights. Yeah, keep the knights. That's actually a good point. It's actually a good point. I didn't really think so much about that. They're my only dudes that can... I just traded a knight for a knight, but my knights are probably pretty important to me. Should I go bishop g4 and then try to keep them in the middle? Can I? Give that a shot. Bishop g4. I mean, I could grab c2, but let's give this a shot. Bishop g4. Try to keep this king in the middle if I can't. And I'm following that up with rook e8. Queen f4. Yes, so rook e8 here. I mean, they can grab this if they want, but it's their funeral. Now their king is stuck in the middle. They took too long. Okay, they had f3. Maybe I should have taken their last turn. They do have f3. But, okay, they can only go... They can't go short. They can go long. Alright. We'll just back up. Where are we going? We'll just back up. And after castles, maybe b5, b4. We should pick up the pace here. 2-second increment. So they can grab c7. I was going to play b4. Maybe grab a2. Do that. Let's go here. And then I have check. E4. Let's take... but I don't want to trade knights, right? Okay, let's... I kind of want my knights... Yeah, because rook d2, I want to get that rook, but I can't. I wonder what their drawback is. They've kind of seemed to be doing normal stuff. Okay, they go... Oh. So the fact that they didn't go rook d2 might have been telling? I mean, maybe they just didn't see that as a way to defend their bishop? Something about not being able to block checks with rooks? Seems weird. Does seem weird, right? I don't know what that would be. Anyway, let's just focus on our stuff. D6. Let's try to get that dude here. I think we got him. We haven't captured any queens or rooks. It might be a problem if they take... Yeah, I have knight takes as a way to recapture a rook. Right? I need knight takes. I can only capture rooks and queens with a knight. So for example, but they probably wouldn't do it just because of queen takes e1 and rook takes e1. That's literally checkmate. So there's some bluffing in this. Oh, that's always worth a shot if you're desperate. Oh no. Oh no, I lose. What? How did they know to do that? That's the craziest move of all time. I can only capture rooks and queens with a knight. I can't... Oh my god, I have no legal moves here. What? How did they know to do that? Oh! What? Wait, why didn't they take my king? What just happened? Okay, my opponent's drawback was your non-capturing moves must be to the 4 central files. Wait, but they could have taken my king last turn. They just played the most brilliant move of all time. Queen to f8. That was the most brilliant move ever. The greatest drawback chess move of all time. Queen to f8. Because I can't get out. I can only capture a queen with a knight. But I took... Yeah, you gotta take the king in drawback chess. I guess for obvious reasons, right? They could have done this. Their non-capturing moves must... It was a capturing move. Maybe they didn't think it was a capturing move. It is. You capture the king to the 4 central files. Oh, man, they had me. What? That's crazy. Do you guys like drawback chess? That's awesome. Wait, I have a game in progress. Oh, no, this is just against the computer. Okay, back to lobby. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Let's join queue again. Wait, they just played the most brilliant move ever and then just didn't follow it up with the most obvious move ever. I think it's because Queen F8 was to the 4 central files. And then Queen takes King wasn't, but they didn't realize it wasn't a capture. It was a capture, so they could do it. Okay. Shout out to my friend for putting me on to drawback chess. Alright, we're in the queue. Let's check out our profile. Alright, we've only played 2 games. Our ELO's on the way up, though. On move 16, you must move to E1. And I have a countdown timer. Do you guys see this? On move 16. Okay, do we want to think about our strat and how that's gonna happen? How, like, okay. 14 turns. Oh my goodness, okay. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get there? Are they playing a Jovava? Then we go there. French? How am I gonna get to E1? I feel... Oh my god. I'm thinking... Okay. I need to open it up. Somehow. I need to, like, at least, like, throw a bishop there or something, right? See, they're playing, like real chess moves. Oh, okay, opening it up, I think, seems good. God, how am I gonna get there? Man, their drawback better be brutal too. Okay. Okay, I have an idea vaguely. I want to go like Queen A5 check right now. Bishop D2 and then Queen E5. It's kind of just a chess idea. Okay, wait, this drops them a piece. Right, because now we're trading queens. And I can take here. They need to go knight takes and keep the pin. They needed to keep the pin. They can do that, but then I can take with... Well, I can take with the pawn and then grab that too. But this is cleaner. It's check, but we save this. It's always worth like throwing in a check like that. Okay, 7 turns. I think my strategy is just going to be to just somehow throw the bishop there. But... Oh, it is on move 16, not even by move 16. Yikes. Wait, no, I mean, that's just a bad chess move. Alright, we're gonna put this guy on c6 or something. I think, like, I'm just gonna throw a bishop there. I just need to do that. But I need it to not get blocked. It's a little weird. 5 turns to do it. If they play c3, I think I'm just gonna lose. See, that's the big question. Are they gonna go here? 1, 2, 3. No, I should have. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna have to risk it for the biscuit. Just gonna have to go here. Hope it's a3 and then go here. I think I didn't plan that right. In 2 turns. Wait, what move is it right now? 14. It's probably gonna be a3, right? They're probably thinking about something so different than me. Threaten this. Wait, but then, oh, I could have done this route, and then they probably wouldn't have blocked me from just e1 access. Okay, so my next 2 moves are gonna have to be here and here. Okay, no way you play c3 right now. Don't block me. Please, 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 please. Please. No! No! You didn't let me go to e1. Oh, no. These people are good. These people are good at drawback chess. No. Shoot. You can't move the same piece twice in a row. Okay, I feel like that's a classic. That's a classic. You can see theirs was much easier. I can duck. Theirs was much easier than mine on this scale. On the scale here. Oops. You can't move the same piece twice in a row. Damn. I should have... Okay, well, there's no way they knew what it was. Alright, back to lobby. Let's go again. I'm glad you guys like it. I should have gone bishop c5, bishop b6, bishop a5, and then gone to e1 around that way. Alright. Eye for an eye. If your opponent captures, you must capture on your next move or you lose. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Can you teach us Sicilian defense? Sure. I'll play it right now. In fact, I couldn't play the Bush-Gas Gambit there because any capture would require me to capture right away. If your opponent captures, you must capture or you lose. So it really... This is really the anti-gambit drawback. Although they might be doing something. They might be doing something. A3 to put the bishop back there. Damn, I can't believe I played bishop b4 and they blocked me. This is like a William Grafe kind of idea. Bishop a2. Alright, let's play e6 and a7 and d5. If your opponent captures, you must capture on your next move. Alright, well, anything they can capture, I can capture back right away. So, we're hanging in. Let's play d5. I can capture back. It's a nice little setup we've got. Play like h6, seems annoying. Knight d4, probably a good idea, honestly. Make that trade. And then attack c2 on the open c line. Alright, let's start him off nice and easy, though, with like b6. So bishop can get out somewhere. Okay, in preparation for my plan. This is interesting. I like this. In preparation for my c2 attack. Maybe they're playing so conservatively because of their drawback. I mean, I'll keep hanging out and I'll play knight d4 when I feel like it. Let's just defend h6. So the bishop can be free. What comes next here? I mean, I was gonna say the knight's running out of squares. It's got one. It's got at least one. I mean, I could do that certainly here and just take the whole center. d4, knight b1, e5. What I don't like about this is all the way on the left side of my screen. Keep things under attack at all times. You got it. You've got it. One. Let's just step up. Alright, let's try to make something happen here. Maybe they can't move pieces past the third rank. No, wait, they went bishop c4. Like, they gotta... Or maybe they're just playing chess like this, I don't know. They did go bishop c4 for a second. Can't move him past... No. I'm trying to open the F line. I'm still getting over the fact that here they played c3 of all moves. Stop bishop e1. My last two opponents, the one before that hit me with queen f8, so who knows what this one will bring. I mean, this could be fun. Take on f3 and then attack it. Like, it's not really necessary. My position's very good regardless. Say d4 here. Take, knight e5. I mean, that's probably the best idea. Let's go d4. Alright. We're able to capture. This is actually the first capture of the game. If your opponent captures, you must capture on your next move, or you lose. So, doesn't say anything about gambiting like this. Oh, interesting. They couldn't take back. Unless they just really didn't like rook takes f3 from a chess point of view. But maybe they couldn't recapture the pawn. That is possible. Let's see if they can take this pawn. Maybe. Oh, they couldn't. Oh, that sucks for you. That sucks for you. What, they have to move a knight again? Oh, no. Whoa, this guy is a beast. Look, this guy's a beast. I'll just let him hang out here. Look at all your pieces. Why are they all here? Why are they all moving backwards? Oh, probably it's something about your pieces have to move backwards. Okay, now they're playing rook d2. Can I play here? Let me get their queen. If they take something... I mean, I gotta be careful. If they take something, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, let me get their queen. That pawn just hanging out there, forking everybody on this back row. Alright, must capture. No problem there. Check queen g2. Take for a queen mate? Yes, please. Yes, please. Take for a rook mate. How about that? Just for the style points. Just for the style points. That's checkmate right now. And next turn I will take their king. Okay. Their drawback was Fisher random. On or before move 20, all of your remaining non-pawn pieces must be on your home row. On a square that it could not have started on. Oh. Rooks may not be on the ARH file. So mine was very hard. Theirs was like above average. So that's why they had to set up on or before move 20. See, that's a little bit more flexibility. I had to be on E1 on move 16, not on or before. So they had to set up like this. They had to set up like this. They had to get there. Oh, and they took too long. Right? So they could recapture, but they just didn't have enough time before move 20 to do it. So they had to go back here. And in fact, I saved them with this move. Because or else that piece would have been on the board. And wouldn't have... And they would have forfeited because they wouldn't have gotten all their pieces back. They would have had to go here, here... No, but the rook can't go to A1. They had to set up all their remaining non-pawn pieces on the back row. So that's why they were playing so conservatively back there. Okay. Fun. Fun one. Let's play again. Depan is subbed with Prime on Twitch. Appreciate you. 2 months. Yeah, you can sub for free if you're an Amazon Prime member. You can't capture a piece that just moved unless that move was a capture. Wow. Wait. So that's interesting because if you know that, you can really abuse that. Like you can put a piece anywhere. You can put a piece anywhere. You can't capture it. Oh, but only just moved. Does that mean only the subsequent turn? Like now I could play knight takes e5 because the pawn hasn't just moved. Right? Should I do it just to test the theory? Alright, well, let's go here, though. Alright, can't capture a piece that just moved. But the caveat, unless that move was a capture, is a really helpful one. Because you can't you can't just go knight takes f2. But if there was no pawn there, then knight f2 would be a great move. Because I can't take it. I think I could just go here. Queen e2 also possible. I think this is good. I just break the pin, right? And this is under attack now. Okay, queen d4, probably a good idea. Alright, so now the knight can be taken because it didn't just move. But this, all the time it feels like they abuse, they know. I can't take this pawn. A piece is any pawn, right? It won't let me do this. Let's just, yeah, I can't. Okay. It feels like they know all the time. It's very frustrating. Between c3 blocking my bishop and queen f8. Alright, this is the most tame of all those. Yeah, because they were able to play d5 and bishop e6 to get out of what was otherwise a terrible position. Come on. Come on. Alright. Let's trade off for this guy. Yeah, like, with the knight had nothing good to do. Alright, let's pin this guy. It didn't just move, so I can take it if castle. And then I would take a7. So... like, this position sucks. Like, you gotta play, like, knight here, and then I'm just gonna go, like, bishop g5. You're, like, kind of really screwed, actually. Knight here is your only move. Did they get away with d5? Okay, they castle, but I can take it now. Castling was not smart. Now we grab this. Alright, this actually isn't that bad of a drawback. I kind of thought this would be worse. It's really bad if they know. But otherwise, that's an important element. I can recapture. Not obvious how to break through. Like, the king is relatively safe for the moment on d7. Oh, but this wasn't a good move because I have this. You needed f6 at least in this position. I was still going to try to provoke f6, actually, and just trade back up, target c7, and open the e line. The e line, rather. But this is not quite strong. Go rook b1. Rook b1, bishop e7, rook b7. That just about does it. Like, I don't even need to take this rook right now. This is killer. So that's mate, and then the only way to guard it would be to cover d7 with either your rook or your queen, after which that would be mate. The funny part is the king is a piece. So if the king just moved, I can't take it. It's actually really interesting. So even if I checkmate them, let's say like they go here, I go rook b8 checkmate, right? Or so you thought. They can go king b7. And I can't take it because it just moved. But and then the king is attacking my queen. It's threatening to take my queen. If I Okay, so we should be careful about how we checkmate. This is a good checkmate because if it makes a capture, then I can capture back. Oh, but they went king d7 and I can't take it. Yeah. Okay, so let me take... So interesting. Okay, let me just take this then. They could go king e8 and survive. But then I would take the queen, right? So that's why I did this. Alright, so, but now the king didn't just move. Okay. Alright, yeah, mine wasn't that hard. It was actually towards the easy scale. My opponent's was a little bit harder. Bridge over troubled water. There is a river in the middle of the board. You can't land on it, and you can only pass over it via the bridge in the center two files. Okay. So the river runs through here. Land on it. And you can only cross the center of the board by going down the D or E lines. And then once you cross it, then you can go to the right or left again. That's pretty funny. Okay. Let's play another. Alright, the drawbacks will be getting pretty hard now, I think, as we're moving up in rating. Although we did lose that one game. What's that, Mr. Victor? I don't know what language that is. Lose if you have fewer pawns than your opponent. Oh, man. I will not stand for this gambit slander. If I ever have fewer pawns than my opponent. Okay, we really can't play a Bush-Gas gambit. I need to be the one to, like, make the capture, right? I can't let them make a capture at any moment. I can't play d5. I'll lose at that instant. So we gotta be very careful. Okay. You gotta be very careful. I won't be able to play d6 on like a... What would be nice actually is to accept a gambit and to give me a 1-pawn buffer. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if they're playing d4 takes and like bishop c4, Might just give me... Like, I'll just have to defend that position, of course. But, like, right now, like, I can't even play d6, which is a move I want to make, because pawn takes d6, and I'll lose the game at that moment. Okay, so we have to take it, of course. Right, played this line. Yeah, they could take it. It's not even the move, but I'm not going to risk all that. I can't risk just losing the game. Too much to risk there. Okay, let's just go e6. Alright, so our position's going to be a little bit worse here because they've just got this and we let them get away with it. Without challenging the center. But, you know, okay, worse things have happened. I need to be able to make this move. It's actually really frustrating. Maybe I should have just rolled the dice. They they weren't going to take it. Do if I can't make that move. I can't go here, I can't go here, ever. Because I take it and I lose, right? I wish there were like an end your turn clause to this. Alright. It's okay, just a slightly worse position is not the end of the world in drawback chess. I mean, their position is quite good. Probably have something nasty, right? Right, he asks, hopefully. Alright, let's go to knight a5. Let's try to attack. If we go win a pawn, that would be phenomenal. Give us the flexibility to do things. This is drawback chess. This is drawback chess. As you can see, my drawback here. On drawbackchess.com. So you have to capture the king, and you're restricted on something here. My rating is about just under 27 right now on chess.com. Let's go queen c7. Alright, they're trying to take this. No, we can't be down a pawn. We cannot be down a pawn. Thumbs the rules. Correct. They don't know. I can click this button, reveal drawback to your opponent, which is really just a kind of epic trolling thing to do if you're that confident you're going to win. Because if they know I lose if I have fewer pawns than them, then they can just take h6 and end the game. This is the type of thing, like, is it sus that your opponent hasn't played, like, a move like d6 at this point, you know? But it's so hard to figure out. I mean, there's just so many things. Like, I wouldn't be able to figure out that they lose if they have fewer pawns, and that's why they won't propose any pawn trades themselves, rather than taking them first. Question is, how do we, like, make some progress? It's a pretty tough one. You don't always really know how tough a drawback is till you start playing with it. Like that other one, where, like, you couldn't capture a piece that had just moved, I thought would be tough, but turned out to really not be that hard. This one I thought wouldn't be hard, but actually... Or actually, I don't know if I thought that, but it's harder than I thought. It's certainly harder than I thought. think... Should I go bishop a3? I mean, I'll just go here. I think, honestly, I just want to win this one on time. This is tough. I don't know how to make much progress. Let's stop this. Although, no, a gambit would be nice to accept. We're just maximizing our position as it's closed, so we trade off the light square bishops. Oh, okay, knight a3, we can play it. But I can't lose a pawn. I can trade queens. That's fine. Don't do that. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes. Rooks be damned, I took a pawn. Let's go. Let's go. We got a lot of breathing room now. We are chilling. This move no longer wins the game. Capture the pawn. Checkmate them. Let's let him pour in. Attack the bishop. Push my pawn. Whoops. They probably want to give checks just in case I can't take it. But I can. That is not my drawback. It's worth a shot. Just in case I can't take it. This was not the problem. What? What are you talking about? Why can't I take it? What is going on? Why can't I take this? What is going on? What? What? Why won't it let me make a move? What? What just happened? Your opponent's drawback was if your king can capture it, must. Why did I lose? What was going on? I think it just spazzed. It's just a glitch. That was not my drawback at all. My drawback was lose if I have fewer pawns. It wouldn't let me take it. What? That's so frustrating. It just decided I had no legal moves. And so I ran out of time. Okay, what? I have no idea what just happened. That's so frustrating. Okay, this is a fun one. Drawback chess. You can't end your turn by attacking d5. So this is illegal. I can't play e4. Okay, we should be careful. How do we want to play? I can't play avant papille. I can't play Queen's Gambit. I can't fianchetto this bishop. Stonewall makes sense, but I can't... Yes, Stonewall is the way to go. Stonewall or London, actually, is the way to go to not touch d5. Stonewall or London? Alright. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We can't touch d5? Well, let's play that London. What are they doing? Are they just a funky chess player, or do they have a weird drawback? No, knight b4. Alright, good setup to not hit d5. If I can give the London one piece of praise, it's that it's a good setup when you're playing drawback chess and you can't attack d5. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Let's be fair. E5 would actually be annoying. No, they didn't do it. Okay. I gotta be careful about something random hitting D5. I mean, if you're going this way, like, I'll go this way too. Just don't hit D5. I like the simplicity of it, and it's just like, I don't have to think about it. Oh, we just dropped the queen. Yes. Yes, we just dropped her. Yeah, that was a glitch. That's why I lost last time, yeah? Brutal. We just trapped her. Awesome. We gotta check our elo after this. Alright, not queen takes. Not queen takes. Something else. Alright, I'm surprised we're still playing this game, honestly. E5 would hit me, and then E4 would fork me. I mean, I just gotta, like, remember and be careful about this. Will it let me do this, and I'll forfeit? That's actually what I'm wondering. I'm not gonna find out. Or will it just not even let me make that move? I'm not sure the answer to that. It's tough because I can't, like, do these things. I can't play any of those moves ever. I can't play bishop takes knight. I cannot play bishop takes knight. I can give this check. Can't land with the bishop on c4 at any moment. They're being awfully annoying. It's fine. I mean, I could take this pawn at any point, but I'm more interested by their king. Let's do this. Shall we? We're not hitting d5. We're staying as flanked over here as we can. Queen takes here. We dance completely around that square. Dance completely around it. Looking good. Looking good. We're gonna roll with this pawn. I mean, can I get the king? Probably not. Probably need, like it's hard to get him. I can't. I've chased him so close to this spot, which is actually really annoying. That's actually really annoying. Like I can't land a queen on c5. This person's playing the game. They have no idea how quickly it would have ended if I could just, like, put a queen right there. Maybe they do. I mean, it's drawback chess, right? That's why you don't resign, I guess. Alright. We can come in with her a little bit. I mean, no, I still like this move. Just don't touch there. If I put my queen on d8, that's okay, right? Because it's blocked by the king? Okay, we did it. We've danced around. We did it. It was tough when they brought the king there. I had to chase him away. GG. Okay, mine was only barely harder than theirs. Now kiss. In order for your bishops to be able to capture, they must end a turn adjacent to each other. If one is captured before this happens, the other can never capture unless you promote a new one. The same is true about your knights and rooks. Ooh. That's actually pretty tough. That's kind of annoying. Knights and rooks can't capture unless they're next to each other. That's a fun one. Okay. Let's do one more. How are we doing on our profile? My elo is 1483 after 7 games played. I guess because I've lost twice, right? The one time I had E1 blocked, and then the other time where it just glitched on me. Alright, one more. Oh, I just can't make the move? Okay. If you got the king to d5, then it would be invincible, right? Your pieces can only capture if they are attacked. Whoa. That's interesting. You can only capture if they are attacked. Can I play a Goring Gambit like this? I feel like I'm thinking about some lines in my head right now. And I think they'll generally be okay. As we get to put on the Gambit glasses. So this is a funny Gambit that we've got our Goring Gambit fully accepted in drawback chess. Your pieces can only capture if they are attacked. And I was thinking about this line, right? C takes b2, my bishop is attacked, so it can capture. Success. F5 is a crazy move to play. I mean, I can capture it, just based on the rules. The pawn is attacked. I mean, but the other thing I want to do is like that, right? I mean, what? Like, why would you play that? I don't understand at all. Queen b3, knight a5, bishop f7, king e7. Okay. I don't know, maybe it was some sort of drawback, but they can play d5 now. We stopped d5, but not actually, because well, can I take it? Kind of an open question. Just like legally. Take here. Right. Okay, so we're able to recapture, right? Takes, bishop takes. d5. I can give this check, which is very annoying, I think. I a7. And then I have bishop b4, bishop takes f6. Oh! What? Oh, that's so frustrating. My piece can only capture if they are attacked. Are people stream sniping me? This is a crazy move. How would you know that you can leave your king in check? Because I can't freaking take this. Ah. And I can't do any move that's annoying even to you. In fact, if they take this, I can't even recapture. But okay, no way. I feel like you just missed the check, and you're going to get out of check now. And then I'll take your bishop for free. That's crazy. They got it. Okay, yeah. Okay, and it can capture because it's attacked. In fact, this might be even more fun. I'm bluffing completely, right? I can't even take the king. Alright, let's keep drawing this guy out. That's going to be really tough. How am I going to win this game if I can't take the king? Wait, that's like impossible. How do you do that? I need to be... like, if I take all their pieces, then I would never be able to capture their king? What? Wait. That's true. What I just said. I would never be able to capture their king. I need to arrange it somehow that... Alright, we'll work on this. In the meanwhile, I'd love for them to play an 84 so I can go check, right? Okay, this was brilliant. Check. And now my queen will be under attack. This was brilliant. Stop. That's so... Oh, yes! Yes, 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 yes. Okay, my queen was under attack after knight takes f2. They really thought they could abuse that. Oh, man. That was a brutal drawback. Wait, if I literally get rid of every single one of their pieces, I can never win. I can never capture their king. Okay. Wow. If you can if you can capture a pawn, you must. Oh. Oh, that's why. Wow. This game is so funny. Look, so going back through the game, that's too funny. So they play e5, right? But little did they know that it made them fully accept my Goring Gambit. They had to take it, they had to take it, they had to take it. And now they played f5. Oh, I think because they wanted to play knight f6, but didn't want to have to, like, lose their knight for nothing if they took. Oh, so that's actually really tough if you're black. Okay, so they're trying to not be in contact with pawns, right? Whereas I'm worried about my own brutal drawback where I can only capture pieces if they're attacked. And so here, this is such a funny drawback chess moment because I go check, but they're like, oh shoot, I have to take this pawn. But I can't take the king because my rook's not under attack. So I go here. Now they get out of check. I don't even take this yet, though. I go check. And their problem was when they went in 84. Well, first of all, bringing the king out is generally a problem. But then they had to take on f2. And it worked out beautifully for me because they took on f2 attacking the queen. And so it freed the queen to make a capture. That was a fun game of drawback chess. All right, you guys. This is on drawbackchess.com. Let me zoom out all the way. Whoops. That's not how you do it. Anyway. Drawbackchess.com. Go play there. I'll be playing more. I think I've done this on stream before with a better record than today. I think I won all 6 of my games. This one we've dropped a couple. Okay, my ELO is exactly 1500 after 8 games here. So the drawbacks will get harder and harder. And I don't know, I just thought this was a fun stream. I mean, me playing real chess on stream isn't going anywhere. Alright, appreciate you guys. I'll see y'all next time.